Hi, my name is Nasr Slayum from Ice Academy TV. Today I'm going to take you on tour of Ice Academy. Ice Academy started since January 2010. For just 2 years, they have achieved so much for a very short time. They offer 3 different courses: travel and tourism, business, and creative media. Ice Academy gives everybody an opportunity to get education regardless of their age, religion, culture, gender, or where they came from.
How long have you been teaching?
I'm still in my first year of teaching, actually, so in terms of being a teacher, Ice Academy is my first place to teach.
Oh, that's nice to hear. What do you think of the students at the Ice Academy?
I think they're great, actually. I think they're very smart, and they bring a lot to the classroom, especially because a lot of them are from different countries, from different cultures and backgrounds, people from all over the world, and so they're bringing things to the classroom that we might not have been able to get if we had all been from the same place.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Hi there again. I'm here with student. Hiya, what's your name?
Hello, my name is Ako.
Hi, Aka. What do you think of Ice Academy?
I think Ice Academy is a good place for studying and learn things and stuff. It's the best place because the teachers are very helpful. They help their students.
What course are you studying?
I'm studying for media in here, and I'm really enjoying.
What do you think of Ice Academy?
Really, I like it. I'm the second year of the media, and then I will try to finish this year. I'm really enjoying it. Very different people, different nation, everything. Very experienced anyway.
I'm doing business year 1 at Ice Academy.
And what do you think of Ice Academy then?
I think is got brilliant idea of giving the education to the people who need it, and if you really do need the education provided here, you have to work very hard, and you will receive support from the teachers and even equipment. For instance, like if you're doing media, you'll have cameras, and if you're doing business, we have textbooks. So this is the support what we get, and teachers, they're willing to help you from A to Z with any question you come out with.
Where is Ice Academy allocated?
We have Ice Academy in different locations, one in Leicester, in Peterborough, in Birmingham, in Luton, and in Manchester.
How are you doing, Lena?
Hiya, yes, I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm very good, thank you. What are the advantages of Ice Academy?
The advantages, well, I'll start off by saying that we've got small supported teaching lessons, which means we don't have a huge lecture room with 50 students and a teacher, but instead we have between 20 and 25 students per class, and the teacher knows at what level each student's working at. So the student never needs to put their hand up to say, can I have help with this? The teacher would immediately know and come assist them. Furthermore, our fees are only £5,000 a year, which is significantly less compared to all other universities and colleges. Also, there's no exams, it's all assignments, all coursework. So you never need to sit down, prepare for an exam. You'll have all the support you need when you're filling out all your assignments.
Sounds amazing. And what is the qualification equivalent to?
The qualification is equivalent to going to university for the first 2 years. So A-levels are level 3, H&C is a level 4, and a H&D is a level 5. So by the time that you've completed your H&D with us, you'll be ready to go to university, do 1 final year, and get your degree.
Excited.
Thank you very much.
Do you want to taste it?
Yes, of course.
Oh, it's really good. Do you have any vanilla?
Wow, that's...
Yes, we do. Do you want to test it?
It looks wonderful.
Cornish cream ice cream. Go on, cool yourself down.
Good afternoon. This is the news from the Ice Academy. I'm Hassan Ali. The headline this afternoon: as many as the 10 children and 2 women are reported to have been killed in NATO strike in eastern Afghanistan. A teenager who became Britain's first youth police and crime commissioner has apologized for her inappropriate comments on Twitter. And Grand National winning jockey Ryan Mania has been airlifted to hospital after suffering neck-back injury in fall in Hexham. It's believed as many as 10 children to have been killed in NATO airstrike in eastern Afghanistan. A further 6 women are believed to have been injured in the incident in Shigal district of Kunar province. Villager official told the BBC that the Castles were inside her homes when they died. NATO confirmed that the fire support was used in Shigal after a US civilian advisor died in militant attack, but said did not have any report of civilian death. But photographer apparently sent from the scenes of international news agency appeared to show the bodies of several dead young children surrounded by Afghan villages. A teenager who became British first youth police and crime commissioner has apologized for her inappropriate comments on Twitter. Paris Brown, whose 17, was appointed to work alongside Kent Independent PCC, representing young people across the country last week. She said she was wildly exaggerating in what could have been considered racist and anti-gay tweet. Her Twitter page has been removed. Grand National winning jockey Ryan Mania has been airlifted to hospital after suffering neck and back injury in fall at Hexham Racecourse. The jockey, who 23, fell in St. John Lee handicap hurdle. He was riding for national winning trainer Sue Smith on stagecoach Jasper. He was said to be in the stable condition after being airlifted to the Royal Victory Infirmary in Newcastle. And Her Majesty of the Queen has received honorary BAFTA for her lifelong support of the British film and television industries. Our report, Amin Hassan, was there. What happened?
The actor Sir Kenneth Bragg to present the Queen with the award started to the gala Windsor Castle.
Who was there?
Money started from the war of the film and entertainment. BAFTA chairman John Lewis described the monarchy as the most memorable Bond girl yet. After the comment in the London Olympic opening ceremony, the Hollywood director George Lucas, who flew especially for the event, say the UK have been influenced for him.
Any other parts of Her Majesty?
I expect them to pursue to the now after this BAFTA award.
Thank you very much, Mr. Amin Hassan. Now, the Ice Academy weather. A few showers could develop this afternoon. It will feel cold with a keen easterly wind. This has been Ice Academy news from us. Join us at 6. Join us at 6 until then. Very good afternoon. Thank you very much. This is Hassan Ali.
Hi, as you have seen, Leicester City is one of the most famous multicultural cities in the UK. The population of this city are divided by many different religions such as Christianity, Hinduism, Sikhism, Buddhism, Judaism, Islam and many more. Each of these religions has its own specific place of worship, such as mosques for Muslims, churches for Christians and temples for Hindus, Sikhs and Buddhists. Each of these religious places are different from the other in their design and layout. Today, we will be focusing on Leicester's mosques. Mosques are important to Muslims as they are the place where they congregate for worship. It is also used by Muslims for dispute settlement and a centre for information and education, verses of the Quran as well as a community centre. The Islamic Centre was established in 1968 by a group of Pakistani Muslims settled in Leicester. The centre was and is still based at 2A Sutherland Street, and it is one of the oldest mosques in Leicester. This mosque, converted from residential properties, before that time the Muslim community had to travel to Birmingham to perform their prayer in the mosque. In the midst of the 1970s, when Muslims from East Africa and other countries started to come and settle in Leicester, the mosques underwent an extension and refurbishment with the additional participation of Muslims of Indian and Bangladeshi origin. As the facilities at this building were very limited and the growing population of Muslims needed facilities for Islamic activities on a large scale. This is the Jalmare Mosque, which is located on Wood Hill in Leicester. This mosque was established in 1977. It was destroyed and rebuilt in 2011. Now it is a most beautiful mosque in Leicester. This mosque is surrounded by many Islamic schools, academies and libraries. Mosques are found all over the world and are characterised by elaborate domes and minarets. In the UK, it is very often mosques have a domed roof and a tall tower called a minaret, but now there are many mosques which recently built with the minaret. Before microphones and speakers were invented, Muslims were called to prayer from the minaret. In Britain, calling Muslims to pray in loudspeakers is not allowed, so some Islamic communities broadcast the call to prayer on a radio frequency, which Muslims can pick up in their homes and places of work using a small receiver. The man who calls to prayer is called a muezzin. When people go into the mosque, they take off their shoes. This is to keep it clean for prayer. Before prayer, Muslims wash their hands, mouth, throat, nose, ears and arms up to their elbow and their feet. There is always a specific place for the imam, which is faced in the direction of Mecca. It is important that Muslims always know the direction of Mecca. This is because God has mentioned in the Quran that Muslims must face Mecca while they are praying. Women do not pray in the same place as men. There is usually a screened off area for them. The most important service at the mosque is held on a Friday at noon. All Muslims go to the mosque on Fridays. It is a special day for prayer. I'll stand by you. Try not to frighten. My heart is yours. This is a central mosque which is located on Conduit Street. It is a larger mosque in the heart of the city of Leicester. This project was established on Saturday the 27th of August 1988. This mosque has a main prayer hall providing prayer facilities for 1,500 men, also providing prayer facilities for 300 ladies with associated ablution facilities. Umar Mosque is another mosque which is located on Evington Drive. This mosque was previously 2 residential properties which were used as a mosque and an Islamic school. In 1999, the properties destroyed and then were rebuilt in the shape of an Asian mosque. The construction funds were donated entirely by the Muslim community, with over 95% raised from local Muslims in Leicester. There are no pictures or statues in the mosque. They are decorated with patterns and word from the Quran. There are also chairs for special needs and elders. So from 1968, when the first mosque was built, until today, the number of mosques in Leicester are increasing day by day with different designs which are recognised easily. This is because of the increasing number of Muslims living in Leicester. According to Leicester City Council stated religions in 2001, there were 11% in Leicester, but the percentage in 2011 was 18.6%. Most of the mosques used to be churches before Muslim people bought them and converted them to mosques. Selling churches nowadays has become common in the UK due to visitors being reduced. Muslim people take advantage of this because buying churches is an easier way to open a new mosque, as there is no need for permission because they are already a place of worship. We hope you enjoyed this documentary.
Hi, good afternoon. This is the news from the Ice Academy. I am Aram Said. The headline this afternoon. As many as 10 children and 2 men are reported to have been killed in a NATO airstrike in eastern Afghanistan. A teenager who became Britain's first youth police and crime commissioner has apologized for her inappropriate comments on Twitter. And Grand National winning jockey Ryan Mania has been airlifted to hospital after suffering neck and back injuries in a fall at Hexham. It's believed as many as 10 children and 2 women have been killed in a NATO airstrike in eastern Afghanistan. A further 6 women are believed to have been injured in the incident in the Shigal district of Kurna province. Villagers and officials told the BBC that the casualties were inside their homes when they died. NATO confirmed that fire support was used in Shigal after a US civilian advisor died in a militant attack, but said it didn't have any reports of civilian deaths, but photographs apparently sent from the scene to international news agencies appeared to show the bodies of several dead young children surrounded by Afghan villages. A teenager who became Britain's first youth police and crime commissioner has apologized for her inappropriate comments on Twitter. Paris Brown, who is 17, was appointed to work alongside Kent's independent PCC representing young people across the county last week. She said she was widely exaggerating in what could have been considered racist and anti-gay tweets. Her Twitter page has since been removed. Grand National winning jockey Ryan Mania has been airlifted to hospital after suffering neck and back injuries in a fall at Hexham race course. The jockey, who is 23, fell in the St. John's Lee handicap hurdle. He was riding for national winning trainer Sue Smith on stagecoach Jasper. He was said to be in a stable condition after being airlifted to the Royal Victoria Infirmary in Newcastle. And Her Majesty the Queen has received an honorary BAFTA for her lifelong support of the British film and television industry. Our reporter Ako Nader was there. So Ako, what happened?
The actress Kenneth Branagh presented the Queen with the award in a star-studded gala at Windsor Castle.
Who was there?
Many stars from the world of film and entertainment. BAFTA chairman John Wills described the monarch as the most memorable Bond girl yet, after her cameo in the London Olympic opening ceremony. Hollywood director George Lucas, who flew in especially for the event, said the UK had been influential for him.
Any other parts offers for Her Majesty?
I expect them to be pouring in now after this BAFTA award.
Thanks, Ako.
Good.
Now the Ice Academy weather. A few showers could develop this afternoon and it will feel cold with a keen easterly wind. This has been the Ice Academy news. Join us at 6. Until then, a very good afternoon from Aram Said.
Changing household energy behavior has a potential for energy conservation and carbon reduction in the future. However, many people don't know how much energy is used in a specific area or on a daily basis and how much it costs or how they can save money and the environment. The Upper House Energy Bill is a firm commitment to ensuring the UK's electricity is generated with the next to no carbon emissions by 2030. Behavior of households or energy suppliers may make it harder for the UK to meet its legal binding 80% reduction target by 2050. Before signing a contract with a new supplier, be sure the company is licensed by the PSC and registered by your utility. You may want to consider each supplier's offer. For example, does the supplier offer a flat rate or a variable rate? You may also want to consider the length of the contract and whether or not the supplier charges an energy termination fee. We owe it to ourselves. To know how we can compare costs, most utilities will provide a price to compare on their bills, and you can use this price to compare their price to supplier offers. This price reflects the average annual price per kilowatt hour for the generation and transmission in your rate class. Let us ask ourselves, do your households understand energy use patterns, time of day and levels actual usage?
Welcome to Midlands. My name is Hamdi. We wanted to find out what the general public views were about the rising of energy costs. This is what they had to say. Think about the increase in electricity bills.
Well, I mean, it's a problem because one, there is an increase in the energy bills that takes away money from people, you know, because you have to pay more money. That's it. It's horrible.
Who do you think is to blame? Energy companies, government, or people, and why?
Well, I think the people are not to be blamed. It's either the government or the energy companies.
I think it's the companies, energy companies, that mostly of it, and government allows them to.
Government, I think the government.
What do you think government can do to reduce it?
Government should be very strict on the companies, as I said, because if they check on them, they make sure that their prices are all the same, you know.
I think the government should look at these companies more closer than just to be taking annual percentage money off them because they supply energy to the public.
I think policies and laws in places not to allow fat cats to earn millions and get profits off the electricity energies.
They have to sit with those suppliers and work it out. Stop being selfish.
I have two special guests with me, Nasser from the UK Parliament Secretary and Mr. Tom from British Gas Representative. Nasser, what is your intake about the response of the general public?
Thank you for having me here. British household will benefit from a proposal that will be worth on average on average about £50.
Tom, how would you like to respond to that?
Well, thank you for having me on the show.
Thank you.
As you know, British Gas is already reducing the costs of the annual household bill. In the last few months, we've been able to reduce it by over £40, which is an annual saving of 3.2%. Helping to reduce costs, we might be able to save the annual householder a lot more money.
So how would you like to help the household even more? Is there any chance that you can help the companies out so they can reduce in price?
Reducing the cost of energy company by a major energy supplier. This will result in 30 to 35 pounds of bill on average next year.
So what rules did you guys impose on towards the energy companies?
There's a lot, but I cannot speak to on behalf of other rules imposed with other government authority. But I can speak to myself. But there's few things in plan, and we feel that they're gonna work out. But I cannot tell you what is what, which is so many to come around before we start implying some other.
So how would you guys respond to that if the government put that in place?
Well, obviously it's going to be quite difficult for us to compete with solar panels and solar energy. I mean, as an energy company, we're in favour of green energy, especially renewable energy, but we do realise that it's still in its infancy. It's something that's not going to take off sort of all over the country just yet. So for the meantime, we need to make sure that people are still provided for with fossil fuels and gas. And I think at the moment, we're sort of stressing the importance of energy companies working with the government to try and help the tariff payer, whether they be on a fixed tariff or a variable tariff, whether they're with our company or any company. They still need to sort of be able to get provided with what they need. And I think especially at the moment with certain things that are going on in Eastern Europe and Russia, it's more important now than ever. I mean, there are certain political things going on which could very well cut us off from Eastern supplies of fuel like oil and gas. And if Russia decide that they don't want to provide us with any more fuel, then we are in a very sorry position. And so it's important that we try and reserve our supplies as much as we can. But at the same time, we don't want to cut people off completely.
Fair enough. That's it. Thank you very much, Tom. Thank you very much, Nasser.
Thank you.
That's it for today. Thank you very much. Good evening. Welcome to Akorama News today. We're going to discuss the Syrian crisis. On March 2011, in a city in Syria called Darawa, few high school students painted on the school wall some sentence against the president, Bashar al-Assad, and his regime, and then somehow the police were informed about that. So they came in the school and arrested the kids and took them to the unknown place. 1 week after that, the kids were released and signs of torture were on their bodies. So because of that, the government tyranny, they protested against and expanded in every and each Syrian city for freedom and justice. But unfortunately, al-Assad's forces started to shoot, kill, arrest, and kidnap anyone that could catch among the protesters. Today, more than 115,000 people have died in Syria's ongoing civil war. A monitoring group said Tuesday. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said that more than 41,000 civilians, including 6,000 children, 41,000 fighters loyal to the government have died, and rebels fighters make up about 23,000 of the deaths. With 5,000 deaths in September alone, international attempts to eliminate Syria's chemical weapons since that time haven't slowed the bloodshed. In total, about 2 million refugees have left Syria since the conflict began in May 2011, according to the joint statement from the United Nations High Commission for Refugees and UNICEF. I've got two special guests here with me. I've got Nigabo, he representing the United Nations for Syrian case, and I've also got another special guest with us, Hassan. He's the politician of Syria. Sorry, Nigabo, I've got a question for you. After this report, how do you explain your responsibility as a representative of the United Nations for Syrian crisis?
Well, our responsibility in Syria is that we've done enough, and we've helped the people by providing food and shelters, as well as blankets and medicine, and we've also supplied some weapons. So I think we've done enough for our part in Syria.
So what do you think about the bloodshed? Do you think you could have done something to prevent that?
Maybe, but again, it is very hard to control those people who also have guns, and there's no one does not have gun. So I think we've done enough for our part, and I don't think we can do more.
So you think the United Nations done as best as they could, and they could not have avoided to stop all the bloodshed that has been going on?
I think we've done enough, but maybe we could have done more. But
so what could have you done more?
Maybe stop the war from starting in the first place. But again,
so how would have you done that then?
That is all we could do. That is it.
All right, thank you very much, Nigabo. Hi Hassan, I've got a question for you. Do you agree with his explanation?
Some of it, yeah. The way he says is alright. I mean, I agree for that, but he should look further, because he need more help for the people for Syria. You know, they're getting trouble there. You know, getting kidnapped, homelesses, and so he need. What I'm saying is, I agree for his part the way he says, but he need to explain more, and then we need some more help as well. We need more help.
So what? So you don't think they've did enough?
They've done enough, but you know the problem is what, because the Americans, they always help other countries, like Libya's, and you know, like Gaddafi. I mean, what says Masri, and you know, but they should put more effort in in Syria.
You explained you have the Libyan opposition, so why don't you do the same favor opposition with the Syrian?
I think the reason for that, me as in my opinion, is because maybe Libya had more oil and petrol to gain.
Wow, that's fascinating subject there. So you have them in regards to their investments.
Not just take that, but it's because you can't always rescue the people when they're in trouble, same as other countries. Some people, they're not able to rescue them when they're in trouble. But again, they try to do their best.
But then again, when civilians need help, is there not United Nations to step up, regardless of what country it is, and there shouldn't be any division between what country you guys help and provide help to, and which countries you don't?
At the moment, they're trying their very best. They are providing them everything they need. Those who are coming from Syria and going outside to Jordan and that part of the countries. So I think that is what at the moment what we can do for now, and maybe we'll do some more in the future.
So, do you agree with his statements? What do you think?
Because the way he says that he's gonna he's gonna do more later on. That's not the question, or that's not the solution to He has to. I mean, to me, I'm not agreeing with him.
So how do you
some more support, because you know what? It's all about the Syrians, because they got nothing at the moment. You know, they've been helping. I mean, like Iraq, they've been helping, like because Libya, because of oil. That's why you see Americans. the United States, I mean the United Union, they are all the way there. But to say to me that they will keep on help them more, me, I'm not agree with him.
So how would you respond to him saying then, that they would provide more help in Libya, but less in Syria? Because
that's what I'm saying. I mean,
to correct you, that's what you said, isn't it?
I've said we will do more to help those people in Syria.
Yeah, but when?
But the
when
action
it's going to be?
hasn't occurred.
The people keep on dying. I mean, the houses, the kidnapping. I mean, the refugee, all the way. The country is destroyed. I mean, when it's going to be that? It's been taken since 2011.
Could you please respond to that?
We're still trying to see the way
we need the answer very quickly.
We can deal with the issue in such a way that you do not.
Yeah, but we're not going to accept the innocent people dying there. I mean, for nothing. The innocent people, they're dying for nothing. The kids, the people there, they can't walk. They're worried about food. They need something to eat. They're struggling too far. I mean, you have to think about this one.
We're still trying to work on it and to all be sorted in the end.
But he's got some right points up there, you see. I must agree with him, saying like you're going to help a country, where they've got more assets, and not really help and reconsider on a country that doesn't have it. Humans should be human.
To be honest, the war should be stopped now.
It's got nothing to do with what assets the Syrian people have, or if you compare to Libya.
But you said earlier on it's all about the oil. Just going back to your answer.
So, we're going to sort it.
Okay. Syrian regime has used a chemical weapon, and you decided to airstrike the main dangerous target, but later on you changed your mind. Why is that?
That one, no comment.
Oh, no comment. That's very interesting. Why would you not comment on that?
Because
there is a lot of viewers at home that would like to have an answer to that question as well.
No comment.
All right, no problem. As you see, the United Nations, Mr. Nigabo, does not want to comment on that question. The way that he refused to give an answer to the question they've asked him. So
yeah, because he knows that he's not going to say nothing about it, because they all the time they keep on helping, like they're being helping. They use the weapons from Syria.
Yes.
They're not supporting them. That's to be to in that way. I mean, that's not fair.
So as a politician, what can you do about him not giving a comment on that question? Because that's a very important question, isn't it?
Yeah, he has to give that question. He has to give the reply. I mean, he has to say something that he has to think about that. What's going on there?
So what kind of support eventually are you expecting from the United Nations?
Loads of support. I mean, they need to get the people there. I mean, what I'm saying, the population up there in Syria, they have to be safe for support.
Yes, I totally agree with you.
Because they've been destroyed everywhere. So.
Yes, totally agree with you. Okay, what is your future plan? Are there hundreds of thousands of Syrian population are homeless and hundreds of thousands prisoners? So what can United Nations do to help those people out?
What the United Nations can do to help those people out is to maybe ask Assad and the opposition to arrange some kind of agreement where they can both come together and agree on something that will make...
Perhaps meet in the middle, yeah.
And then that is the way to go on about it, and which eventually will come to a peace process.
So is that in anywhere in your diary? Or...
yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. And it's not easy to deal with those people who go guns and on the ground. It's not easy, so eventually we'll get there.
So are you happy with this response? Do you think that would be sufficient to help the population and the civilians in Syria?
I mean, to be honestly, I can't say that because, I don't think so that war is going to be stopped in this situation at the moment, because all of Syria and the BBC has been destroyed. And still you see the kids, the young people, they've got guns using now. They're everywhere now, And then to help, they've got Jordan now. They're running all the way Jordan. They're running all the way, Masri, Egypt. Yeah. They go run away everywhere. So, the country's been destroyed for nothing.
So where else do you expect to get support from? Or do you think the war can end?
No, the United Nations plus support. And then people coming from there, they're trying, the loads of people doing they're coming in this country as well by boat. You know, they're dying on the way, traveling trucks. They're traveling. They're using money. They're stealing money. They use golds, and you know they're struggling. I mean, to be safe.
And also, last thing is that it's very hard to help those people. The Assad regime got guns, and the rebels also got guns. In order to help either one of to help the country to.
Yeah, but the war should be stopped, innit?
We need to take those rebels and take the guns from them. Then that way we will know what to do with the Assad after we get the guns. Because if you stop Assad, the rebels will own him. It's very complicated. It's confusing situation.
So you think it's better as a United Nations just to step out and let the war continue because the situation is complicated?
No.
Surely you guys should deal with complicated situations.
Stop the rebels and then deal with Assad later, or just find other ways to.
Interesting. Very different updates up there. Well, I must admit, I quite like it. It's very interesting not to have much information from you, yet you want to support the Syrian, civilians. So, what, as a conclusion, how would you like to wrap this up? What are you expecting? Do you expect also support from another country, or is this it really?
I think so. Yeah.
The United Nations.
Yeah, we've got some support from France as well. We got from Belgium. I heard about that. Yeah, Belgium, something like Germany as well. So I don't know but I've got about 3 countries they support as well, especially France.
Does Iraq include? Because I believe they are quite close friends to you.
No, they're not.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. That's it. This is the end of the program. Thank you very much for joining us today. We'll see you next time with more news updates and more guests. Thank you. Bye-bye for now.